This video should be very helpful to you if you are a first-time user in Blackboard Collaborate. You simply go to the University of Southern Mississippi website. Under Quick Links, you would click on Current Students. It's going to bring up a page that looks something like this. This is where you can get into your SOAR account or Blackboard or your email. I'm going to click Blackboard. It'll have over on the right hand side the different courses that are in your Blackboard that you registered for. In this case, I'm going to click on EDA 628. Over on the left hand side, you're not going to see the course management area. That's just for professors. But in the yellow area on the left hand side, you're going to see one of these tabs that has the word Collaborate in them. Different professors may title it different things. In this case, it's Blackboard Collaborate. I click on that one time. It brings up a new window, and you always click on the actual class, EDA 628. Don't click on your professors or schedule a session. Just click Join Room. Now, I will tell you that some professors do recordings of their sessions. I do recordings of mine, so if you want to go back and listen or watch a recording, you go to the same and then you click on Recordings. And I haven't done any recordings this semester yet, but they'll all be listed here. If they're not, make sure you check your dates. But to go into the regular session, you click on Join Room. It brings up another window. Join Room again. And it brings up a file, meeting.collab, C-O-L-L-A-B. I click on that one time, and then I wait. And that was very quick. Usually it's not that quick. Sometimes, especially if you're loading it for the first time, it might be 10 seconds, 15 seconds. So just wait. Don't click on the meeting.collab button 10 times. It's going to mess you up. Then you click Run. And you wait again. And actually that was pretty fast as well. Yours may not be. You click your type of connection. Hopefully you had cable. Cable I found seems to be better than the wireless, but you use what you have. Click OK, and you wait again. Wait till it comes in. Your professor can record the session, just as I mentioned a moment ago. I'm going to click Close, and then make sure you maximize it so it fills up your whole screen. The very first thing you want to do when you come into a Blackboard Collaborate session is you want to click on the Audio Wizard. This is the audio setup wizard. It's right here. It has a microphone with a little red gear, and I'll run you through it fairly quickly here. It's basically asking what speakers do you want to use, and you also adjust the volume level. So I'm going to use the speakers. If you had a number of different outputs, they would be listed here, so you choose the one. I only have one, so I'm going to click OK, and I click Play.
Welcome to the audio setup.
I have sound.
This
I might want to adjust the volume, but then I click Stop. Now, were you able to set the speaker volume to a comfortable listening level? Yes. And now for my audio input, in other words, your microphone, I have two different choices here, but I want to use the one that's on the camera up on my monitor here, so it's this one, and I click OK. And I'm going to turn that volume up, but I'm going to click Record. I'll do a test recording. Testing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's probably about right. I click Stop, and then I click Play again to listen back to see if it's loud enough.
Recording, testing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's probably
okay. I click Stop. Were you able to set the microphone volume? Yes. Okay, now it's complete. So you want to do that every time that you come in. There are a few different areas on your Blackboard Collaborate. This is the large previewing area. This is most of the time where you'll see a PowerPoint. Your professor can also take you to their own desktop. They can also take you to any website. So that's what those buttons are up there. But this is where you'll see that information. Over on the left-hand side, you'll have a camera, and here's your talk and video button. These are toggle buttons, so most of the time you want to keep them off, just like they're in the position right now as off. When I turn them on, you see the little microphone there. I'm going to turn it off again. We don't want to hear all that's going on in your surrounding. Your dog may come in and start barking, whatever. All of those things get filtered into the classroom. So we don't want to hear all that. But there are times that you're going to have to talk in the online class session, and you simply click your talk button and you click your video button, both of them. This helps to kind of humanize the experience, and you get to see, our classmates and so forth. If you hear anybody saying, "I can't hear you," so you might have to adjust your mic button. This is if you didn't do the audio setup wizard. So you can adjust your mic button there so that people can hear you better. And if you can't hear, then you have to adjust your speaker. And again, this would only be the case if you didn't happen to not do the audio setup wizard. Down below, this will be a listing of all the different people that are in the classroom at that time. And there are also some different buttons here. You can use these if you like. Smiley face, laugh out loud, and so forth. The second one, I do ask students when we're having a short break, to click your away button. That's what I call it. So you click it when you're away, help turn the timer on for 5 minutes or so. When you get back to the session and you're ready to go, you click your away button to turn it off. Here's another toggle button if you want to raise your hand. As soon as you click that, it's going to bring up on the screen here whoever's raised their hand and in what order. So I'll call on that person. I'll remind them in the beginning of the semester, be sure to turn on your talk and video button. And then it's a toggle, so you can turn that off. And then you see the check mark there. I may ask a yes/no question, so you simply scroll over it, and then you have your choice to click yes or no. I may change that to a Poland type. I may change that. Now it went from a check to a small a, so I may ask a question and say respond by A, B, or C, and then maybe I click B. So everybody will have their letter up here. You may not be able to see that depending on the setting that your professor has. Most of the time I don't show that, but I will oftentimes, and I'll let you know, I'll publish responses to the whiteboard, so we'll be able to see how we did with our polling. So there's only one person, it's me, and I chose B, but we'll be able to see the graphically what everyone chose anonymously. There's also a chat, and these windows can be adjusted. Sometimes I take the chat and I actually move it over onto another monitor because I like to see all the names that are in here. But you simply click down here, and then you can type in whatever you want. It'll have your name, the time that you typed, and your message, so be careful with that. But sometimes I'll use that chat area to ask people to respond to a certain question and so forth. Or I might put a video link that you can go into look a little bit later. So that's all the basics of Blackboard Collaborate. I do like students to use, if you have a headphone with a microphone on it, if you do go out and get one, a USB is probably the best, I think, connection for that. I'm not using it now because it's only me talking, but when I'm teaching in a classroom online Blackboard session, I'll be using that. Why is that important? I've found if everybody, if you have 2 or 3 people, let's make the example easy. If sometimes when I'm talking and someone else has their talk button on, and I can hear myself on their computer also when they're talking, and there might be a slight time delay, and you multiply that by the number of people you have in your class, headphones and with a built-in mic, and these can be very expensive. They can also be very cheap, and this one was pretty cheap at just an office supply store. But I would encourage you to take a look at them in an office supply store and consider purchasing one for your online. If you're going to have a lot of online classes, I would encourage you to do that. It will just help out with feedback and so forth. Okay, that's all the basics that you need to know to get started with Collaborate, and hopefully this was helpful to you.